Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you my Gengar build. Gengar was extremely dominant at the start of Pokemon Unite but has fallen out of favor due to the nerfs to his ability Hex. The Gengar's other abilities got buffed, so he's still a strong pick for ranked games if played correctly. You have to be a bit more patient when playing Gengar now, pretty much a poke and assassinating playstyle instead of all in your face like before. So without further ado, let's get started with the build. First off, we have Shadow Ball. This ability is unlocked at level 5 and is your poke and damaging tool. This move shoots out a projectile at the enemy, slowing them and decreasing their special defense. Shadow Ball is great for damage because the cooldown is only at 4.5 seconds, so you can constantly spam this ability until the enemy HP is low enough for you to go in and assassinate them. Do keep in mind that Shadow Ball can only damage one enemy before the projectile disappears, but if used on wild Pokemon, the projectile continues to travel and does damage to all enemies hit. This ability can be upgraded at level 11 to deal more damage, which is great to scale for the late game. Next, we have Dream Eater. This ability is unlocked at level 7 and is your heavy burst damage. This move shoots out a projectile at the enemy and puts the first Pokemon hit to sleep. You can cast Dream Eater a second time to instantly teleport to the sleepy enemy and do a huge burst of damage. Furthermore, the cooldown of Shadow Ball is reduced when you use Dream Eater, so you can use Shadow Ball again to help you secure the kill. So the combo is Shadow Ball, Dream Eater, and then Shadow Ball again. Dream Eater also restores HP, so you can constantly heal yourself while farming. This ability can be upgraded at level 13, further increase the damage and HP restored. Overall, Dream Eater is extremely loaded with benefits and makes it really difficult to escape from Gengar. Now let's talk about the held items. First off is the Wise Glasses. This item is great for Gengar because it offers a good amount of base special attack, so it helps a lot in the early game. The passive also provides a 7% special attack increase, so it scales decently well for the late game. Overall, Wise Glasses is very consistent in terms of damage, and it provides good benefits throughout the entirety of the game. Secondly, we have our defensive item, Focus Band. This item offers defense and special defense as the base stat, so it's great to help with the early game skirmishes. Additionally, the passive heals for percentage HP, so it makes it more difficult for the enemy to burst you down. The Focus Band's passive does have a 90-second cooldown, but that's fine because Gengar usually stays from a safe distance, so it should only activate when you need it the most when you somehow get caught by the enemy. Finally, we have our third item. There are a few items that's good for Gengar. One is the Shell Bell. This item offers a bit of special attack and cooldown reduction, but you would normally run the Shell Bell for the healing. The healing is nice, but it has a 10-second cooldown. It works well with Gengar since you're always at a safe distance, so the healing can be beneficial in long fights around Dreadnought or Zapdos. 2. It's the Special Attack Specs. This item can heavily snowball the early game for Gengar if you manage to get some goals in. If you can manage to get the maximum stack, which is 6, then Gengar will be doing much more damage throughout the game. This item can be a hit or miss depending on how well you play and how many scores you can get. The last option is the Buddy Barrier. This item offers a lot of HP as the base stats to further help with survivability. Passive shield when using your night move is also great, but it doesn't help Gengar much. When Gengar uses its Unite move, it becomes stealth, so the enemy cannot hit you anyways, so the shield doesn't offer much value. However, the Buddy Barrier is a great teamfight item because it also gives a shield to an ally, so it can completely change a fight if used correctly. Moving on, it's the battle item. The best option will be the eject button. This item offers a much needed escape option for Gengar as you do not have any ability that helps you jump to safety. There really isn't much else to say about the eject button, it just makes playing Gengar much easier with it than without. Alright, now I'll be showing you a gameplay of my Gengar and talking about how to play at the early, mid, and late game. Let's get started. Alright, so at the start of the game, just get your Will-O-Wisp and go to your first camp. Do take note that Ghastly's Clear is pretty weak compared to other junglers, so just try to your best to clear and be up to a lane to gank for the bees. You should be able to make it on time as the bees spawns at 8:50, so that's plenty of time for you to get there. Also, another note is that your Lick ability does not cancel channeling from the enemy, so you cannot use it to cancel Unite moves or even any abilities that they cast, as it does not count as a CC, it just pulls them in, that's pretty much it. But yes, just continue to clear. You can try to dodge the abilities from the Buffalo and the Ludicolo if you want to, but generally it doesn't make too much of a difference if you don't. Just to make sure to clear as fast as possible and be up there for the bees. Once you're level 5, get your Shadow Ball. Now you should be doing a lot more burst damage, and that will help a lot as well in terms of just ganking, because the damage is nice. Here you see I came for the first gank, the enemy played really aggressive. My Shadow Ball did about half his HP, I just pull him in with the lick, and that should be able to just help secure the kill. I did make a mistake here, I should have gone for the score immediately. Maybe you would have been able to just go for it before I did the bees. So unfortunately I didn't have enough time. I did hesitate a little bit as well. So yeah, after you get 2 kills, just go for the score first before you do the neutral camps, because then you at least get the score down. But fortunately for us, the enemy went really aggressive because they want to kill on me, but I'm already level 6 and they're level 3. So they just did not have enough damage. And now I was able to get down to 30 score. That should help quite a bit, because you want to get level 9 before the first Dreadnought fight if possible, and once you hit level 7 you become a lot stronger because you do unlock your Dream Eater as well, which is now you have 2 bursting ability, so clearing camps becomes much easier, and plus the Dream Eater also heals you, so you can stay quite healthy throughout all the clears. Now the goal is to just clear your second rotation on the buff. Do keep in mind that every time you clear the buffs it spawns a minute, so you actually don't have too much time to just linger around the lane. So just gank, come back to clear, gank, come back to clear every minute. That's the rotation you want. Now as you can see, my bot lane already lost the initial tower. So when you lose the initial tower, what happened is that you pretty much lose an escape path when Dreadnought spawns, right? Now you don't have anywhere to run to, and you don't have a place to heal. So it makes contesting for Dread a lot harder. But that's okay though, because I'm level 8 now, I'm getting close to level 9, and we actually managed to pick up one of the kill on the bot laner here, so that's great. Here I evolved at the wrong time, I would say, just because of the evolve, I was not able to like cast my abilities. I'm pretty much frame trapped until my evolution finishes, so that's why I pretty much missed my Dream Eater. But that's okay though, it wasn't that big of a deal. Waltz walk in, I just do Shadow Ball into Dream Eater, and that's pretty much all of her HP. Now I just start the Dread because we already killed 2 people, and now the Wiggly's coming in. I just go Dream Eater. You see how much damage I did to the Wiggly? If she didn't flash my Shadow Ball, I think she just dies there. But this should be an easy secure as the enemy top laners did not come down. And the Absol is here again, but that's okay. We just secure it, the Cinderace secured it, and at this point I'm level 10. So I'm gonna be hitting like a truck, and that's it. We just keep clearing them. Even though we lost the first goal, it didn't really matter too much because of what happened top lane. I got a 30 score and I got so far ahead. And Gengar does so much damage with the Shadow Ball once you unlock it. And once you have the Dream Eater as well, it just killing becomes a lot easier. And clearing the jungle as well, as you can see, and just nuking everything. Once you get the Shadow Ball Plus, you'll be doing a lot more damage. The next goal here after you get the first Dread is you can go back into the jungle to just farm, which is what I usually do, or you can go straight top for the Rotom. But since my teammates are playing really well, I don't have to rush to Rotom this game. I can just, they pretty much buy me time so I can do the camps clear and get the buffs, so I become much stronger when I contest for the Rotom. And there you go. Slowbro did a really nice ulti there, or a telekinesis. And here I'm just trying to kite back. I don't want to be face tanking. You don't have to auto attack with Gengar because your auto attack doesn't really do that much damage anyways. What does the most damage is your Shadow Ball and your Dream Eater. And we're just gonna dive with the Rotom because I'm really strong at the moment, and you see my positioning, I'm always just walking back, waiting for the cooldown before I go in. And we got a 50 score here and break the goal. We got so much score on that Rotom crash, and we got so many kills as well. I'm level 12 now, and there really isn't much to do. I could have backed here, but I see that there's a potential kill on the Cinderace, and plus Dreadnought is spawning, so if I get the kill on the Cinderace, then it's pretty much almost a guaranteed Dread. Here, I don't know which direction he runs, I just randomly threw a Shadow Ball into the into the brush and was managed to catch him out there. So that's pretty nice. Now it's time for the second dread. Once we get this, the game should be secure because we're going to be like 2 to 3 levels ahead of the enemy, and there's really no chance of them coming back unless they somehow steal the Zapdos from us. Alright, you don't actually solo the Dreadnought really fast. Like I said, you have a lot of burst damage, but you don't have a lot of consistent damage. Here, I see that the enemy are contesting and my teammates went there, so I just have to pretty much secure with the Shadow Ball. I do a lot of damage with the Shadow Ball, so I was pretty certain that I would be able to get it there. And here I'm just kiting, waiting for the cooldowns. There's just something that's really funny that happened. So I threw my Shadow Ball at the direction of the Crustal, but when he uses X Scissor, it pushed me the other way. So I was facing the other way and my Shadow Ball came out the other way. So that's a mechanic that I just figured out playing this game. Alright, Rotom spawn once again, so I'm just gonna go for that. And I find a Wiggly trying to score here. And you can see how much damage I actually do on Gengar. Even on a tanky Pokemon like Wiggly, I was able to just almost one-shot her with the full combo. And there's a Cinderace in that brush waiting for me. So it's whatever, easy 2 kills, not much they can do, I'm level 13. And the Rotom should be easily secured here. Even if you're low HP doing it, it's okay, because your Dream Eater heals you anyways. So essentially you can get back to full HP by just keep clearing the camps. And the healing is very obnoxious. You guys see I was like half health, I went back to like 90% almost instantly on one Dream Eater. Right. Here my Slowbro did a really nice telekinesis once again. There really isn't much for us to get here, but it's just pick up some easy kills. The damage is quite insane on Gengar, so it is what it is. I'm level 14 now, practically the highest level in the game. Alright, so the next goal is pretty simple. You just try to save up your Unite move if you have it. Usually save it up around like the 3-minute mark, because having the Unite move around the Zapdos fight makes a big difference, especially if you're running the Buddy Barrier. Now I'm just gonna clear the bees. The bees are very easy to clear with Gengar as your Shadow Ball just go through all of them. You do not want the third Dread, however, because the Dreadnought has a debuff on the Zapdos. If you take the Dreadnought, you get a 55 or 50 to 55% damage debuff on Zapdos. So definitely skip the third Dread whenever possible and just get the first 2. Now it's time for the Zapdos, and I think the enemy has started here, so I'm just gonna Unite move in, sneak into their backline, and try to assassinate them here. Alright. Unfortunately, we missed the Shadow Ball on the Zapdos, which was weird because I actually threw it in that direction. Because I walked into the wall, it displaces my model and pretty much made me miss. It's okay though, Venusaur was able to manage to take it. That will be the end of the game, the Gengar gameplay. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up to help the channel grow. I will continue to make more guides like this to help you guys out. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave it in a comment below. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.